This lesson is on multiplying radicals, and I go over several methods in the warm-up for how to multiply radicals and the distributive property with radicals, multiplying binomials with radicals. But there's one thing that I want to go over a little bit more than I could in the warm-up, and before the students start working on independent practice. So I'm going to work a few examples before they start working on the independent practice by themselves. Of course, they can still ask for help, but I just want to try to give them some more information about simplifying radicals or multiplying those. And so one of the things is if you had square root of 12 times square root of 3, well, one way you can multiply that, you can go ahead and multiply the radicands, the numbers underneath the radical, and that would be square root of 36. And then that would, when you evaluate that, square root of 36 is a perfect square, it would be 6. And the other way is that you could simplify the square root of 12. Since it simplifies, you could simplify it first, and that would be 4 times 3, and square root of 4 is 2, so a 2 comes out and square root of 3 is left underneath. And then you can multiply, so you can simplify them first and then multiply them, depending on the problem, which one way is easier. Now multiply those outside numbers. 2 times 1 is just 2. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9, which is 3, and so 2 times 3 is 6. And it doesn't matter which method you use, you'll come out with the same answer. They'll be equivalent answers. And so if you had square root of 8 times the square root of 4, well, you already know the square root of 4 simplifies to 2, so it might be easier to go ahead and do that. So basically you already have 2 square root of 8. And then when you simplify the 8, that would be 2 times 4, and then square root of 4 is also 2, so another 2 comes out, and then a 2 is left underneath, so it's 4 square root of 2. Or you can say square root of 8 times square root of 4. When you multiply the radicands together, you'll get square root of 32. And again, when you break those down, you get 5 2's being multiplied underneath the radical. So you have 2 pairs of 2's, so the 4 would come out, 2 times 2, a 2 for each pair, and then a 2 is left underneath. So either way you get equivalent answers. So there's 2 different methods you can use with that. You can either multiply the radicands together and then simplify your answer, or you can simplify them separately and then multiply them together, and you'll still get equivalent answers depending on which way you think would be better for that problem.